Well, hello everybody. It's your friend Manoli here, back with another episode of the old Manoli's Musings. Manoli's Musings recently hit our third year anniversary. How about that? 3 years. 3 years I've been doing this show. It's sometimes off and on, but 3 years total. So how about that? This podcast has turned 3 years old. I don't know if we've accomplished anything, but I like to think that we do. How is everybody doing? I hope you're having a wonderful week. Today is Sunday, 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 Sunday. Um, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Yes. I'm doing all right. It's been a nice week for me. It's been a nice couple of weeks. I haven't had an episode here in I think 2 weeks, so there's been a lot going on. It's funny. I ran into I went to a voice lesson the other day with my wonderful teacher, and one of the other students is a fellow who listens to the show. His name is Alan, and he's like, "Well, I enjoyed your last episode." I'm like, "Well, thank you very much, Alan. I'm always surprised that anybody listens to this, so thank you very much." And my teacher asked, "Well, I never heard it. So what is it about?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, Alan. What is it about? What do I talk about?" And he said, mostly BS. And I was like, "Yeah, that about sums it up." So, but no, that's what we do. We have fun, right? I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time? Alan also told me that my sound was a little boomy, and I tried to fix it, but I know nothing about sound, which is ironic because I sing sometimes. But I tried fixing the settings on this here microphone, and I hope that it's better. But it's a free podcast, people. You get what you pay for. But I did try to fix it. So, Alan, I hope I did better this time. But thank you for listening. How is everybody? You doing all right? Good, good. I'm glad you're doing all right. If that's what you said. If you said that things are going terrible, well, I'm sorry that happened to you. But here's the thing: I can't hear you. So you could talk. You could talk to me all you want to, but I can't hear it. Um, Manoli's very excited because I'm leaving town next Saturday, and well, this Saturday now. As I'm recording this on Sunday, and I'm leaving, and I'm going for about 3 weeks. I'm going to Europe. I can't wait. Um, it's going to be a great trip. I can feel it, and I am ready to go, man. I don't want to think about anything, and sit by the pool and have and have a good time. That's all I want to do. See the history, the sites, the museums. I want to see all that. I want to eat some fantastic Greek food. I'm going to have a wonderful time. I'm going with my family. Uh, and some a big group of us are going, so it's going to be a good time. I should have plenty of material to talk about after this trip, but I really can't wait to go. I am ready to go, man. It's been some time since I went, for an extended period of time anywhere. So I'm ready for some vacation. I don't want to think about any of y'all. I don't want to think about anything in the states. If you don't hear from me for the next 3 weeks, it's not because I fell off the face of the earth. It's because I'm trying to fall off the face of the earth. And, every time I go over to Greece, there's the chance that I won't come back just gets a little bit higher every time. And one of these days, I think I won't go there, and I don't think I'm going to come back. So there you go. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited, as you can tell by my chipper voice. Somebody said the other day, they're like, "Oh, you just have such a oh gosh, what did they say? Cheery disposition." And I'm like, "Wow, that's quite the thing. Cheery disposition. I never heard that one before, but I'm certainly glad you think so. I hope they never listen to this show because that illusion will be shattered fast. But I do try to have a cheery disposition. It's just sometimes people make it difficult to have such a cheery disposition. You know what I'm saying? You could be walking down the street, and then somebody just has to do something to you that really makes you wonder. It's like, why? Why? That's what I think constantly in my head. This could be a new segment, things that go through my head, which is about the scariest thing that I think I could ever think about to put on this show. But here's a good one for you. You know what? Something that goes through my head is this. I guess that's the entire show, isn't it? Aren't these all things that go through my head? But This is something in my internal dialogue that I have quite often because, as we've established previously on this show, I'm often late to things. Not too late, but 10, 5, 10, 15 minutes late to stuff. And it's just kind of a thing. We call it Greek time. Some people call it Manoli Standard Time, as we've talked about on this show. Um, it's just kind of a thing. And there's something that plays in my head whenever I'm running late, so it plays very often. And there is a recording of the conductor Arturo Toscanini, and he's rehearsing the opera La Traviata with I don't know what orchestra, and he's screaming he gets really angry at the contrabassi, the low bass there, and he's angry at them, and he tells them that they're always late, and he says it in Italian. So he goes like this: contrabassi, sempre sempre dietro, always late, and that plays in my head very often. I'm always going through. I'm driving and I'll hear ma sempre sempre dietro, always behind, always late, always late. And then he says, "You have no ears, no eyes, nothing at all." That's what he says. Look it up. It's pretty funny to listen to in hindsight, though. I'm sure it wasn't very funny for the bass players there. But a classic clip, and one that plays through my head very often because I'm always late. He's you have to listen to that clip. He tells him one guy, he says, "You have ears in your feet." That's what he says to him. I think it's true for some people. I don't know, but that's something that really resonated with me as I'm driving through town, trying to get to where I need to be. It's just in the back of my head. I'm always hearing Toscanini screaming at me. So even though he wasn't screaming at me, though he probably would have. But yeah, I digress. What else can I say? So about 2 weeks ago, I went down to Florida, and I wasn't gone very long. It was less than 48-hour trip, but we went down to Orlando. We flew out of Charleston on Breeze, and we went down to Orlando because at Universal, which I am a pass holder at, Manoli, the big shot here, although I have the green pass, which is the not so great pass. But I know some people have the premier pass, but I'm not quite at that level. But I do have a pass. I am a pass holder, and they opened up a new theme park at the Universal, Epic Universe. Epic Universe, isn't that a name? And we were able to get a pass holder pass. Am I going to say this? A pass holder pass to go there while it's still technically in the preview stage of operation there. So, this is a brand new theme park. This is exciting stuff. So we're like, we got to go. And it just so happened that the day that we got the pass for was Leo's birthday. Leo, my little brother, he's now 9 years old. It was Leo's birthday. And what a way to celebrate your birthday, huh? Going to a brand new theme park. So we got on the plane they went down on Thursday. I went down on Friday because Manoli's a working man. And, they are too, but I had to go to work that day. And so I flew out that afternoon. It's an easy flight. It's not even, I think it's like an hour to fly from here to Orlando. And I met them, I went to the hotel and I dropped my stuff off and I met them for dinner. And there's this one restaurant at Universal called The Palm. And it's very good. And I've been a few times. And my father makes friends with people wherever he goes. He's just that kind of person. He has friends everywhere, my father. And it's a wonderful thing. And he made friends with people who work there. And what they do at the Palm is that if a famous person walks in, they make a caricature of them and they put it on the wall saying that they ate there. So the wall is filled with caricatures of people, some more famous than others. One of my heroes, Billy Mays, is on the wall, and some other people. But Billy Mays from OxyClean, I liked him a lot as a kid. I was devastated the day that he passed away. Yeah, he's on the wall, and some other people. But my father, since he became friends with the people there, he somehow he managed to get us on the wall. Our family. I almost said my last name here, which I try not to do on this show because I like to try and make it at least one barrier between you people knowing my full name, but I'm very easy to find. I mean, it's not a hard thing to do. My first name is Manoli, for goodness sakes, and I mean, you've seen my face and you know what I look like. Very handsome fella. But anyway, but it's our family on the wall, and I have to say the caricature is horrific. I don't know what happened. We sent her the picture, and I think they print them. I don't know what they do exactly. I don't know if it's hand drawn or what. But first of all, there's only four of us, and we now have Leo. So this picture is old. This is pre Leo. So it was just me and my sister and my parents. So and it says the whatever family, uh, the S family. That's my last initial, the S family. And I have to say the picture is just horrific. My father looks like a completely different person. He looks like a race car driver or something. Totally wrong. My mother doesn't look like she looks terrible in the picture in the caricature. Her hair is like really. I mean, I know it's a caricature, so it's not supposed to be exact. But I mean, come on, they've done better jobs with other people. They didn't make Billy Mays look like that, or Eli Manning, or any of the other people. Why they do it to us? And my sister looks bad. No, I'm sorry. My mother looks bad, and my sister doesn't look like her. She looks like a different person, and she has like buck teeth in the picture. It's horrific. She looks like a rabid mouse. Poor Markella. And then I look horrible. I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know why they interpreted me this way. My hair is really weird in the picture. It's hideous. Uh, it's a horrible thing. Every time I see it, I get creeped out by it. It's like the Bizarro S family. I don't know who these people are, and I've sent it to people, and they say that's absolutely horrific. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I agree. So there is a really hideous picture on the wall of my family, minus Leo. If you ever go to the Palm in Orlando, now I think we're trying to get it redone. My father said. Now there's a Greek manager there, so and his name is Leonidas, which is my brother's name. So we're trying to get it fixed. And he said, first of all, it doesn't look like us. And second of all, my son's not in it. So can we get it redone? So hopefully one day there will be the real S family on the wall and not the Bizarro S family. But pretty cool to be on the wall the same, even if I look like it's really bad. If you want me to send it to you, I'll send it to you. It's gross. It's grotesque. But moving on. So I ate there that night. It was an excellent meal. And the next day it was time. First I went to the hotel bar at the Cabana Bay. Now the Cabana Bay is themed to like the 50s and the 60s, and it's a fun place to stay. They play all that music, the twist and the doo wop and the whatever. How do you call it? The early rock and roll music. It's early 60s, not like late 60s. So it's anyway, but it's a fun place to stay. If you ever go to Universal, you should check it out. Even if you don't stay there, just check it out. It's a fun place. I like to go. I frequent the hotel bar wherever I go. I enjoy the hotel bar. I like going there, sitting and talking to people, talking to strangers, and just enjoying myself, having a beer or a scotch or whatever it may be. So I moseyed on down. Before bed, I went down to the lobby bar, the Swizzle Lounge, as they call it. And I walk up and I sit down, and the bartender, she looks at me. She says, "Have you been here before?" And I said, "Why, yes, I have." See, this is what I'm talking about. But I can't go anywhere. It's hard being famous, people. I haven't been there, and I don't know how long, at least over a year, and she remembered me. So there you go. I really make it. And then another guy, he walked up, he said, "Hey, welcome back." And I was like, "Well, hello. I feel like I haven't left. This is wonderful. They like me here. They like me." You see, these are the people I need to hang around, not people like I talked about the a couple episodes ago where they look at me like they just something just died under their nose. It just stank face that person made of me. That was horrible. Go two episodes back if you want to hear that story. But see, this is what I'm talking about. You go there, they say, "Oh, welcome back. It's good to see you." I don't know what it is. Something about me people just remember. I don't know. Maybe it's the hair or the voice or this charming personality or perhaps these dashing good looks. I don't know. It could be anything. But oh, Manoli. Come on, you're too modest, Manoli. I know, very humble. And yeah, I don't know what it is. My friend and I joke. We say that we're Z-list celebrities, and I say I'm at least a Y-lister because I get recognized all over the place. I tell you, it's hard being famous. It's hard being famous. I think part of it's from my days, maybe in student government. I was the president of the South Carolina Independent School Student Association, and I still get recognized for that. People who were in SCISA, they know when they say, "Oh, is that Manoli?" And I was like, "Yeah, yes." Here, they're like, "Aren't you the SCISA president?" I was like, "Yes, I was the SCISA president." It was a wonderful time. I still have a gavel. Can you believe they gave me a gavel? Hey, what kind of idea was that? And I was itching to use that thing, and I did get my opportunity because they were doing presentations. The people who were running for office next, and if they went over time, I had to gavel them down. And one guy went over time, and I used the gavel with extreme prejudice. I probably could have been a little bit more gentle with it, but I mean, come on, I want to use the gavel, man. I hit it so hard the head came off of it, but I fixed it. Yeah, can you believe they gave me a gavel? Yeah, those were fun times. I gave a whole farewell address that wasn't in the script. I didn't follow the script. I did on the important stuff, but at the end there, I gave a little address, and the people in the crowd were chanting, "We love you, Manoli," and shouting wonderful things. And I was like, "Well, I love all y'all too, just like I love my audience here." But yeah, I think I might be Y-list. A very niche fan base. But my fans are good. They're loyal fans. The fans of this show, the fans of my singing, the fans of me personally. They're a small but loyal group of fans. And some of you are a little, a little on the wackadoo side, but so am I. I mean, listen to the show; it's insane. So yeah, I like my fan base. Although there is drawbacks to being so famous. I had the incident with one. I won't say fan, but more of a stalker who commented some negative things when I was all of 19 years old on my Facebook page about my singing, saying that I needed to work on my delivery. This person will go unnamed, but rest assured they're out there, and I had to block them on everything. And every once in a while they pop back up with an alternate account and start saying some more stuff, start chirping again, and I have to block them again. But there was a big war about that in my comment section. So how about that? I have controversial figure here in Manoli. I have a lot of supporters, but not everybody is so keen. But that's okay. My loyal fans always side with me. So there you go. But yes, going back to my trip, it was nice to be recognized at the lobby bar, and I say I'm at least a Y-list. I met some pretty famous people in my time. They've all been fans of mine, and I've all been fans of theirs. And what can I say? It's hard being famous. That's it. I'm not even trying. I'm not famous in the slightest. More like infamous. Infamous is what this is. He's infamous. But I digress. What am I talking about? Who is that? Oh, I'm looking out the window here. I'm like a distracted dog. What was I saying? Yeah, I was in Florida. Anyway, so I had a couple of scotches at the lobby bar, and I said goodnight to my friends there. And I went to bed, and we got up at the crack of dawn, early in the morning. We had to get there right at the opening for Epic Universe. It was very exciting. We were in the line waiting for people. It was Leo's birthday. He had a pin that said, "It's my birthday." And so people were the people who worked there like, "Oh, happy birthday," blah, blah, blah. It was me and my family. Everybody was there. Mom, dad, sister, Leo, and my cousin as well, and her son, my godson. His name is also Manoli, Manolaki, little Manoli we call him. My cousin Jackie, her son. So we were all there. It was a good time, and I have to say I was very impressed with the Epic Universe. Some people haven't had such good experiences because things have been down or it's been too busy or whatever. But I guess we got lucky because I was able to ride pretty much everything I wanted to ride. And the way they have it set up is that you walk in and you go through these portals to different lands or whatever. So they have 4 lands basically, other than the one that you walk into, the central land. They have one after Mario, the video games, which is pretty cool. They have a Harry Potter land, which they have, this is number 3 that they've done of that. They have one after How to Train Your Dragon, which was popular when I was about 10. and they made three movies of that. I only saw the first one, which was good, and and then they have one that's after like Universal monsters, so like Dracula and Frankenstein and the Wolfman and the creature from the Black Lagoon and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what they call that one. I think like I don't know, but it's Universal monsters. Anyway, but the mad dash was we ran in there and it was a mad dash to go to Mario World because apparently the Donkey Kong coaster is the thing to do. That's what people want to do. It's a roller coaster themed after Donkey Kong. It's like a minecart thing, and it's pretty cool. We ran down there, but it wasn't open yet, so we had to ride other things. But they had a Mario Kart ride that was pretty cool. So you were going around like you were playing the game, and the theming. I was very impressed with all the details. Just the attention to detail is amazing. I mean, just look it up. Like you walk into that Mario Land, and it's like being in the game. I mean, it's really, really impressive what they did. It's just really. I'm not even. I like Mario, but it's not. I'm not a huge Mario Nintendo guy. I was more a PlayStation guy, but it was still really cool to see. But all of them were like that. The How to Train Your Dragon thing was cool. It had the dragons. The Harry Potter thing was cool. It was like part of it was like Paris, and it was very pretty, and then part of it was London too. And then, of course, the monster thing was cool, it was spooky and whatnot. But really, I mean, you should just, I didn't do any research on that because I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to like see it for the first time. And I was really impressed with just the detail and the design that they put into this park is amazing. Even without the rides, I mean, take the rides out of it. It's really a marvel. And I can see why it cost them $7 billion to make. Uh, but it was great. We rode the Mario ride. I really liked they had a monster ride that was like, I forget what the plot was. It was like you were trying to like capture Dracula or create Dracula. And Frankenstein was there and Dracula and the Wolfman and the creature from the Black Lagoon and the Phantom of the Opera, which I liked. And it was a really cool ride. You were like in this thing and it was this arm moving you around and you got the animatronics that they made for this ride. They are amazing. They look real. I mean, the mummy's there. He looks real. I mean, it looks just like a movie, like you're in, and super super impressive. Like I mean, they had the Phantom playing the organ. And there's fire coming out of it. They had the creature. He reaches up to grab you from the water. The Wolf Man. I mean, it is really really impressive the animatronics that they put on this ride. So I loved that ride. That was one of my favorites. Another favorite was the Harry Potter ride, which the way they had it set up was a virtual queue, so you had to try to get a pass on your phone, and I was hitting it. I was typing on my phone like crazy trying to get the pass, and of course I got one because I'm Manoli. But that ride was awesome. When you walked in, just to go to the line, they recreated. If you've seen the movies, the government where the office is, the Ministry of Magic, they recreated that whole room, and it is astounding just to walk in there. It's huge. The room is huge. It's like life size to life of the set, and it has the offices with all the green tile. It's really really cool. Big statues. That ride was really cool. The animatronics on that were really cool as well. Very lifelike. I mean, they had animatronics of the Death Eaters, the Voldemort's henchmen, and the ride also had Imelda Staunton came back to play Umbridge, the one of the most hated characters in recent history in movies, and she came back. So the ride is like after the movies, so it's her getting arrested and thrown into jail, which is something we didn't get to see, but everybody wanted to see it because we hate that character so much. So I really liked the ride. The movement wasn't, yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It was kind of like a big box. It just kind of tilted you left and right, up and down. But the effects were great. Like I said, the animatronics were great. The sets were really, really cool. And I'm glad I got to ride it because they switched it recently from a virtual queue to a regular line, and the wait has been 5 hours consistent every day since they did that. So, I like Harry Potter, but I'm not going to wait 5 hours for nothing. I can't. I don't even like to wait 5 minutes for stuff. So I'm glad I got to ride it when I did, and it was definitely a great experience. And another standout ride was they have these dueling roller coasters called Stardust Racers, and those were really impressive. One's yellow and one's green, but the way that these. I mean, they were intense. I wasn't expecting it to be this intense. I mean, it really launched you. There's two launches. It goes like 65 miles an hour. Uh, but the way that these roller coasters interact with each other, so it's two tracks, two separate tracks, and they're like twisting over each other and coming. You're like next to the person. Like you can almost reach out and grab the person on the other car. That's how close these things get. One is like flipping over the other. They're crossing paths. It's really, really impressive the engineering that went into that. I know nothing about that, but it was a really, really impressive experience riding that ride. My sister and I absolutely loved it, and it was just really cool. I mean, literally, you could. It feels like you could reach out and touch the other car. I mean, that's how close it was. If I don't know if you're roller coaster people, but if you can't go there and ride it. But if not, just look it up on YouTube and just see how close these cars get. It's really cool. But the whole park is great. I mean, I don't know. Some people are having problems. They haven't been able to ride anything. Things have been down, broken. I guess we got lucky. Maybe because it was Leo's birthday, we got a little Leo luck charm with us. But I had a great experience. The only bad thing was the food. The food is not that good, I have to say. Apparently, we went to the wrong places, but I had one thing, and it was at the Harry Potter Land. It was about to close, so they closed at 9, and so we wanted to get something fast. So we got the first thing. I ordered this thing called a steak hache, which is like a hamburger steak, which I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what I thought it was, but it was hideous. It was really disgusting. I mean, it had the sauce over it, and I ate that thing, and we had to be up at like 4 in the morning for our flight out. For some reason, the only flight out is really, really early, and oh my gosh, I was miserable. I was in dire straits on that plane. That steak hache was beyond the pale. It was disgusting. It had that nasty sauce. The meat was just it was hideous. I don't know how they need to step up their food game. At lunch, my mother had these meatballs that were ice cold, stuff like that. But other than the food, the park is great. I mean, and again, maybe we went to the wrong places. I don't know. We only went. There's 30 restaurants in there, and we went to 2, and they both are not that great. But next time we'll do more research. But all in all, it was a great day at the park. I mean, we got there when it opened. We closed it down. It was a full 12-hour day. I didn't even get to ride everything. There was a couple of rides. I didn't care about the rides that I missed, but I didn't get to ride everything. But I did get to ride everything I wanted to ride. And when the Donkey Kong ride did come back on, and when it did, there was a mad dash of people. I've never seen anything like this. People running, sprinting, grown adults, mind you, sprinting to get to the Donkey Kong ride. And I'm like, listen, this ride might be great, but I don't know. It was kind of fun though. It was fun to see people excited. But I was like, wow, these people are really excited. I mean, they were like full sprint, like people running over each other, people pushing each other. It was like a mad dash. I mean, it's like you just told them they were giving away $5,000 at the Donkey Kong ride. But the ride is cool. It's like a mine car, and the way that they have it set up, it looks like there's holes in the track, and like it jumps the track and does these things. And Leo adores it, and his cousin did too. And so we had a fun time on that. But yeah, I like rides. I like roller coasters. I like the whole thing. It's fun. I don't know. Something about it is fun to me. I know not everybody likes it, but I like the theme parks. Not so much Disney anymore, but Universal I like. So there you go. But that flight the next day, it was like at 7 a.m. and oh my golly, I felt miserable. And I got home, and you know what I had to do? I had to write my last paper for school, but I got a good grade, so all's well that ends well. I got Manoli's back in action. He was a good student, and he still is a good student. He got A's in his classes. So what do life is good, people. Life is good. Gosh, that took up a lot of time. I have something I want to say. A few months ago, I was experimenting with my hair, and I know what you're saying. Why mess with perfection? But there's something in a man that wants to know what his hair is going to look like if you let it grow out. And I did. I did not get a cut for at least 6 or 7 months. And let me tell you something. It did get long, kind of, but what it really did was it grew out. and it just kept getting thicker and bigger and thicker and wider, and it looked like a space helmet. And it was not my intention, and it just didn't. It didn't do what I expected it to do. I don't know what would happen if I just let it keep growing and growing and growing. I guess it literally looked like a helmet. It was a lot of hair, and it did get long in the back, but not that long. It doesn't really grow down; it just grows out. So, it was an experiment. I think the experiment failed, but at least I tried something different. And but people, after I got my haircut, mind you, people were like, "Oh, you got your haircut? Yeah, I didn't think that the long hair look was so great on you." I'm like, "Oh, really? Why didn't you tell me that?" It's like, listen, people, I can handle criticism. I believe it or not, I can handle criticism if it makes sense and it's delivered in a polite way, not in a mean way. That's the difference. But it's like people after the fact are like, "Yeah, I didn't think that was such a look for you." I was like, "Oh, really? Thank you very much." It's like if I'm doing something that makes me look bad, whether it be with my hair or something that I say or something with my singing or whatever, I want to know about it. I don't want to be somebody. I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of yes men. If I wanted to be surrounded by flatterers and cronies and ass kissers, I move out to Hollywood. I don't need that crap. I need realness. This is Manoli wants the real deal, people. I want you to tell me like it is. Tell me like it is, for the most part. Sometimes, no, but let's be consistent. If you see something I'm doing that doesn't make me look the best, I want you to say something. Say it in a nice way. The delivery is everything. But yeah, so my point being is that if I do something stupid, would you please let me know about it? Goodness. Um, Although some people I don't ask for their opinion, like that lady when I went to get my images taken at the orthodontist. Uh, I was about. I've told this story before, but I was about in middle school, like maybe freshman year of high school, and I'm getting my X-rays done, and the woman, the technician or the woman operating the thing or hygienist or whatever the hell you're supposed to call those people, she looked at me and she goes, "Huh, slight unibrow." And then I went back, for my next appointment. And she said it again. Huh, slight unibrow. I wanted to say, huh, slightly irritating. I mean, what the hell is that? It's not a cosmetic thing. I didn't go there for advice on my unibrow. I mean, what the hell's wrong with people? I don't know. But I don't know. What else can I say? But yeah, the delivery is everything. If I want feedback, I'll ask you, and I hope you give me an honest answer. Although some people did warn me, they said that I don't think the long hair thing is for you. One of my listeners did. She said, "I don't think that's for you," and I was like, "You know what? You were right." But I tried it. It's over. It's done. I'm going to get a haircut on Tuesday because I want my hair to be nice and in style for Greece. I want to look good. I'm going back to the homeland. I mean, I got to look good for this. You know what I'm saying? I got to be on my A game. So, but yeah, I'll try to do another episode before I leave. But if not, I'll probably take my microphone and I'll try to do an episode if I have time. But if I don't have time, sue me. I'm on vacation. It is what it is. But I think it might be easier if I talk. If I talk about it in breaks, I'll remember more rather than trying to summarize it at the end. Because I mean, this was a listen. This trip I just took was less than 48 hours, and it took up almost my whole episode. So, I mean, what does that tell you? But I think it was good content. I don't know. What have we learned today? I honestly don't know. But from your favorite Y-list celebrity, I hope you have an excellent evening. I hope you have a good time, and I hope that you have an excellent start to your summer. It's the middle of May. The weather is getting hot. I love it. I love the heat. Give me the heat. I hate the cold. Give me the heat. Bring it on. Bring it on, people. Give me the heat. That's what I want. So yeah, have a great evening. Listen, and the thing about feedback too is this: you can tell your friends if you like the show, and if you hate the show, tell them anyway. See, so they'll come and listen. I'll still get the views. I don't mind a little pushback every now and then if it comes from the right people and it comes in the right way. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, if you like the show, tell your friends. If you don't like the show, shut up. How about that? No, but I think that's going to do it for real. Have a good evening. This is Manoli here, signing off. Goodbye.